Somebody explain to me what's been going on with Mark Cuban. He's been simping for Kamala really hard lately. And people have been saying on Twitter that the Democrats must have something on him because of how hard he's been going for her. And it's not natural. It's at a weird level that he's like defending her all of a sudden out of nowhere. But here he is. He's got a new video with Kamala. So let's see what he's kind of saying here.
At Shark Tank all the time.
See, I knew I liked you.
And then I often, depending on, because there are a lot of reruns, I'll look it up to see how the company's doing.
Well, hopefully mine are doing well.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you, Mark?
Good. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So excited to talk to you.
I am excited to talk with you.
And Mark.
So I know it's a grind with an MBA season going city to city. So what does it feel like? I mean, just physically.
Long days. I start every day. I work out every morning.
And what's your workout?
Elliptical. And then I go all day long.
And are you just exhausted at the end of the day?
Your body doesn't lie to you when you first wake up in the morning.
Yep.
And then your brain kicks in and says, everything will be fine, right?
And that workout just gets you going.
And it gets me going every morning.
So here's the other question I'd like to ask. We've talked about tech and innovation, how important it is to the economy and just dominating globally, right? Do you ever geek out at all?
All the time.
So tell me about that.
So my mother was a scientist, right? So I grew up as a kid going to the lab. I grew up seeing her have a passion about, she wanted to end breast cancer. She wanted to find a cure. And she did make breakthroughs in breast cancer research.
That's amazing.
And that's where the source of my geeking out
comes from, right? But so now I got to ask,
P. Diddy party busted, all new celebrities simping for Kamala connected. You think Mark was at a P. Diddy party though? I don't know, maybe. Possibly. Who knows?
I was at your speech in Pittsburgh, and you talked about it took only a year to build the Empire State Building. And then you said that you were going to cut permitting, you were going to cut the time for licenses,
the red
for
tape.
all the red tape. So how do we take that and use it to cut the deficit?
So part of it is we cannot be rote in terms of how we think about deficits to say government spends too much, because I think that is overly simplistic.
I agree.
We have to ask, are we spending it in a smart way such that we are yielding a return on that investment?
Just like a regular business.
But this is exactly right.
I get all that right. So here's kind of the angle I was looking at tariffs. I've known Donald Trump 25 years. He used to be okay on trade policy, but over the last 25 years, he's just lost it.
I don't think he pays attention to the details, and you can't be president of the United States
unless you pay attention to the details.
Yeah, that's fine if he wants to, just give speeches in random places for random.
There's so many cuts in this interview that you can tell that it was just very awkward, the way that they're like slicing things in. He did own the Mavericks and was in New York City all the time. Opportunity. Yeah, the opportunity, I guess, was there. There's the connection, straight to the P. Diddy party.
Reasons, but to talk about such significant policy like tariffs, much less foreign policy, he is applying a machete when a scalpel is what's necessary.
It makes no sense to me whatsoever. To me, I think Donald Trump is the Grinch that stole Christmas. This time next year, we're going to be thinking about Christmas presents for all of our kids. And if he puts a 60% tariff on everything from China, those prices are going up. And now all of a sudden, your vision of everything you wanted to have for your kids at Christmas is gone. Donald Trump just crushed it. And it's not just—
He's taking Christmas. Oh, no.
Just crushing people's Christmases. Those small companies that support communities. Now, all of a sudden, not only did their costs go up 60%, but their businesses were just shot.
Right.
He is going to put who knows how many small businesses out of business.
Goldman Sachs, Moody's, Wall Street Journal most recently, 16 Nobel laureates have all examined our policies. Mine, as has been reviewed, will strengthen the economy. His will weaken it. It will incite inflation and invite a recession by the middle of next year, Mark.
I don't think he's ever run a company where you have to go deal with the fundamental basis of your business. He has no clue. And the worst part is, he doesn't care.
Let's not forget he was handed so much of what he's had and has lost it. And he doesn't understand how people like you and so many others, and this is what I love about the American people, who are hardworking, who have grit, who are innovative, and who start with nothing. And make something. And that's something he doesn't get.
No, obviously I've been investing in startups forever. When I work with these companies,
Wasn't buying American always the plan for Biden? Now we can't buy Christmas because tariffs against China. Make that make sense. There's no making this make sense, man. It makes zero sense. It really doesn't make any sense. But if we can demonize him somehow by coming up with elementary school kind of things like, oh, he's going to take away Christmas, he's the Grinch, then people won't vote for him because people are stupid.
It's their whole life.
Yeah.
They've given up something, and he doesn't realize that this person has worked 5 years, 10 years to save up enough money to start this business, or they just went for it. And he doesn't get that. And that's where the tax credit, and that's the other reason why talking about childcare and daycare, being able to have $6,000. So if you have a child and a newborn, you can keep on working.
A crib and a car seat. How are they going to actually afford, especially during that first year of the child's life? Right now, for so many of Gen Z, Gen X, the idea of the American dream is really elusive. It was an older concept.
It's tough. Yeah.
And a big part of it being housing supply. We don't have enough. And so the prices go up.
Yep.
That's why I want to build more housing supply, but also work with developers and home builders to cut the red tape and to get them
hardcore
tax
entrepreneurs.
credits.
Hardcore entrepreneurs. Yeah, I think that is so important because, one of the questions I get all the time is about work-life balance.
Yeah.
Because it's a challenge. You've got to pay the mortgage, you've got to pay the rent, whatever, you got to pay the car payment and insurance. It's a tough decision to go start a business. Having a $6,000 tax credit gives you the comfort that you can get somebody to help your child. You can have some work-life balance. Right. And I don't think he's never been in that situation. Not all those people started like Donald Trump with a silver spoon, right? These are people putting their life on the line.
It's that energy and that grit, to your point, that is going to spur us into the future, right? Because here's the
Look at him, dude. They have something on this guy. I don't know what it is. Something's not right. I'm not trying to go full-blown conspiracy theory on y'all, but just look at it. Look at it. Something's wrong. For sure.
The other thing about entrepreneurs, you can't be a successful entrepreneur without actually thinking about where are things going.
Look, we're here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we're going to be talking to a bunch of kids. And I guarantee you, one of them is going to start a business, and that business just might be the next Nike, might be it's those kids that are going to change the world, invent the next technology.
The idea of knowing that it is possible for us, if we work and study something, that we can create something that improves and uplifts the human condition.
Of course.
That excites me to no end. Like that's where I see where we could actually combine a lot of our areas of focus.
For sure. And I wanted to let you know that as an entrepreneur, as an investor, as a geek, the things that you're doing matter. I'm getting more and more people emailing me, calling me, saying, maybe she really understands what it takes to be an entrepreneur, what it takes to be successful. And I know
nobody's calling you. Get out of here. What are you talking about?